for your business, for all life's events. Key Video.
There's something cooking in the neighborhood. From where I stand, it's looking mighty good. You're gonna love it. Come dine with me. Come dine with me. Come dine with me.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Come Dine With Me, Western New York, sponsored by Artisan Kitchens and Baths, Key Video Productions, and Russell's Steaks, Chops, and more. I'm Jen Farrington.
And I'm Russ Salvatore. Our show is all about introducing you to some of the finest restaurants in Western New York. We'll meet their chefs who will prepare their signature dishes, and we'll learn some of their secrets that you can use at home.
Yes, they're going to give us our recipes, so we'll be able to do it at home. Can you imagine giving away their chef's secrets?
Sounds great there, Jan. Sounds great.
I know. And to help us today, we have 4 chefs of our own with us.
Welcome, chefs.
Hey, welcome,
Hey,
Russ.
Russ.
Thanks, Russ.
Today, you can look forward to one of our most exciting home invasions. We gave it a south of a border feel. I'm telling you, she's an amazing woman, that Renee, and her 4 boys. And she is a hockey mom, so wait to see what happens with this.
Krista, I'm working on some great recipes because I hear the boys like shrimp. So I got a couple different shrimp dishes that I want to work into our menu today.
I'm going to be working with Jeff Levea, chef over at Banchetti's. What an amazing talent and passionate guy this guy is. I'm really looking forward to it.
I'm stopping over at Premium Coffee Roasters where you're gonna meet a mad scientist. And by the end of the show, you're gonna want coffee. And then I have another segment. I have 2 of the best sous chefs in the world. My beautiful daughters, Maria and Gabriella. We're gonna be making some ravioli.
Sounds like a fantastic time tonight. Well, let's get right to it. Here's Marco and his beautiful daughters.
Rolling meatballs with my grandmother, standing on a stool stirring sauce with my mom. And now I'm making cheese ravioli with my beautiful daughters.
Maria.
And
Gabriella.
today I'm bringing family back to the table. We're keeping tradition alive, making cheese ravioli from scratch. In my house, Sunday dinner, everybody is involved, from cutting the bread to opening the wine to making the salads. So today, we're gonna be doing some cheese ravioli with a springtime bolognese. It's gonna knock your socks off. Maria's gonna start out by rolling the dough. We're gonna use a little all-purpose flour so that it doesn't stick. In the meantime, Gabriella is gonna be mixing the cheese. And what we're using today is the Sorrento whole milk ricotta cheese. It's a traditional cheese. Gives it that old world flavor that we fall so in love with. And we're gonna season our cheese just lightly with a little bit of Romano cheese, some fresh parsley, a little bit of salt and pepper. Keeping it simple and fresh. Now as she's rolling that, Maria has this dough pressed out. She's gonna put it on our ravioli cutter, which looks like a cookie cutter. It's got little holes for the pockets. And while we press this down, we're going to create the little pillows that the cheese is going to fall into. Perfect. We want to put about 1/4 of an ounce of cheese in each ravioli. Now, if you don't want to use the cheese, ground beef works perfect. Sausage. And this makes a fun dinner where everybody is involved. They actually appreciate it more because they made it. Once these ravioli are filled, we're going to put another dough sheet over the top, and we're going to use the edges with the rolling pin to act as a cookie cutter. So Maria has those cut, and you can see how the dough just lifts off just like a cookie cutter. We take our press, and we pop them out gently. Our ravioli are almost ready. We pull them apart, get them ready for the boiling water, ready to be split. There we have it, cheese ravioli, and my 9-year-olds made it.
Wow, that looks beautiful. You're right, Maria.
Nice job, guys. So now that we've cut our cheese ravioli, we're gonna put it into our pot of boiling water. It should take about 6 minutes. Once the ravioli float, you know they're done. They'll be nice and tender. The cheese will be melted inside. While those are cooking, I'm gonna start our springtime bolognese. You're gonna love this. We add a little Italian baptism water, extra virgin olive oil. See that smoke? Some fresh chopped garlic, a little sweet onion, some roasted garlic cloves. So we got our onions and our garlic. We're going to add a little bit of white wine to that, and some canned plum tomatoes, nice and fresh. some fresh pesto, grated pepper, and a little bit of salt. While this is cooking, I'm taking some homemade fennel sausage that we have at our restaurant. It's got the whole fennel seed, a little bit of hot pepper seed in it. We're going to take our meatballs, and we're just going to take them and break it up. Just rough. Don't have to be real fancy about it. We're going to give it a stir. Let that come to a boil. Okay, our ravioli are floating. Gabriella, can you hand me the strainer?
Yep.
We'll take them out of the water. You might lose one here and there, but remember they're homemade. The sausage, the ground beef, the tomatoes, the basil, the onion. Doesn't get any better than that. Springtime bolognese, homemade cheese ravioli. So girls, cheese ravioli from scratch, you made it with the bolognese sauce?
I love it. It's delicious.
I'm bringing families back to the table. It's times like these that can't be replaced. I'm your host, Chef Marco. Come dine with me.
Portions of the program tonight are brought to you by Buffalo Hotel Supply. Designed, delivered, and installed. We can do it all.
The romance of Tuscany, the flavor of DiPaolo's. Everything you love about Ilio's, the food, the friendship, the family, in a newly designed, elegant setting inspired by the DiPaolo Tuscan heritage. For a simple dinner out or the affair of a lifetime, find Tuscany in your own backyard. Ilio DiPaolo's restaurant, banquets, and ringside lounge in Blaisdell, minutes from the stadium, miles from the ordinary.
What a gorgeous new kitchen! Thanks. Artisan Kitchens and Baths designed and installed the whole thing. You can afford Artisan? Absolutely. So can you. Artisan is competitive with other kitchen design firms, but Artisan is all about getting you the best value possible. Their designers asked my budget, stayed within it, and the kitchen speaks for itself. Quality products, unparalleled designs, and my neighbors are jealous, aren't you? Yes!
Artisan Kitchens and Baths at Appliance Associates, 200 Amherst Street in Buffalo.
Turning meals into memories is what it's all about at Morato's Restaurant. From classic fare to Italian with flair, Morato's has the fresh flavor that will keep you coming back for more. Step inside and be serenaded by the sounds of owner and head chef Mark Morato, whose harmonica makes every occasion a celebration. Join us for lunch or dinner and experience our easy elegance for yourself. Morato's Restaurant and Clam Bar. We'll create memories for you and your palate.
Now, who doesn't love fried foods? If you understand the basics of preparing fried foods the proper way, we can all enjoy these tasty treats at home. We've all been served those greasy, overcooked foods before, but if you do it the right way, these will be healthier, crispier, and lighter. Here at the Russell J. Salvatore School of Hospitality at Trocar College, we're going to show you how to do it the right way. I'm here with Elizabeth and Pete today, and they're showing us how to prepare some foods to be fried, and they're doing it the right way. Elizabeth here has seasoned her flour, egg, and breadcrumb, and she's preparing some chicken fingers. Peter over here, on the other hand, still has the same flour, egg, and breadcrumb, but he's doing some onion rings, some zucchini sticks, and some mozzarella sticks. It's important to make sure that you don't contaminate the chicken in with the vegetables. You want to make sure that everything is breaded, put on a plate in a single layer so that it's ready to be fried, it's crispy and light and delicious. So now we've got some vegetables and some mozzarella sticks that are ready to be fried. We want to make sure that our oil is nice and hot. It should be 350 degrees approximately. You can use any kind of oil you want, as long as it's not too strongly flavored, like sesame oil or olive oil. You want to take your products to be fried, and you want to lower them very carefully into the oil. You want to make sure that the oil is not more than about a third of the way full on the pot so that you don't have any bubble over. As you're lowering your items to be fried into the fryer, you want to make sure that you're really careful. This grease is hot and it can burn you. Once your veggies are golden brown, you're going to know that they're done. Once they're done, you're going to be removing them and you're going to be draining them onto a clean paper towel. Now it's time to try this at home. You want to make sure that you season your ingredients, you follow the standard breading procedure, you use the right temperature oil, and the result is going to be crispy, hot, and tasty fried foods just like this. And those are skills that you can take to the table.
Thanks, Jim. Now, we're honored to have such a great school right here in our backyard, and the relationship that Trocare has with you, Russ, gives interns an inside look at Russell's Steaks, Chops, and More. You know, it's really that hands-on experience that the kids need, right?
Oh, it's beautiful, Jan. I'm very, very honored that Trocare College has called it Russell's School of Hospitality. Will go on forever and ever, and Jim Carlo is a wonderful, wonderful instructor. But next, owner of Frontier Catering, our own chef, Art Christie, with Chef Jeff Levea from Banchetti by Rizzo's, one of Western New York's fine catering facilities.
Jeff from Banchetti's, how you doing? Great to meet you.
Pleasure to be here today.
Thank you. What are we preparing today for our guests?
We're making sweet potato gnocchi, a traditional Italian dish.
Sounds fantastic. Why don't we get started?
All right. Well, here we're going to take some basic sweet potatoes.
Okay.
Yams, call them what you will. Place them on the baking tray.
Okay, we'll just put it in the oven here. What's the temp again, Jeff?
It's going to be about 450, 425 you can do, depending on your oven. About 50 minutes, 45 minutes. And then from there, we're going to start with 2 cups of flour. Now, I'm using a spoodle, one of my favorite tools in the kitchen. It's a measuring cup spoon. Into that, 1 teaspoon of salt. From there, we're also going to incorporate 1 egg. We also got then 1/3 of a cup of Parmesan Reggiano cheese. About a teaspoon or so of nutmeg.
And now, fresh ground really gives you the intensity.
Fresh ground is going to really pop this dish quite a bit.
Yeah. It's been about an hour now, so I think they're at the actual feel that we want. Oh yeah, those are absolutely perfect.
Now what we want to do is we want to let these sit on the counter for about 5-10 minutes so that they're easier to handle. One of my coolest tools that I ever was introduced to, never understood the purpose until I started using it, potato ricer. And we're simply just going to take the potatoes,
peel them.
Peel them. Yeah, we're going to peel them off. The skins, see, the skins will pull off beautifully when they're nice and cooked like this.
Yeah, nice and warm
and again,
like
be
that.
careful,
Perfect.
warm, but not hot, easy to handle.
And that ricer is going to make them nice and smooth, so it'll be a nice, smooth, consistent texture.
And what you can also do is you can cook these a day ahead of time. Keep them in the refrigerator, cold is fine. And you're simply going to take them, put them right through the ricer. And all we're going to do is press it right through. This will come out and fine. Takes a little muscle, so don't be shy. All right, last potato here.
Ooh,
so once
just about
again,
wrapping it up.
3
That
pounds.
didn't take long.
3 pounds. No, not long at all. All things considered, in the end, the delicious meal you're going to end up with, well worth it.
Wow.
Now we're going to take our potatoes, add them into the flour that has the egg and all the ingredients ready to go. And this is where the fun part begins. This is where it gets dirty. Dig right in. You're going to slowly, just like a bread dough, kneading it in. You're just going to slowly start folding it together.
Till it gets to that nice consistency where you can actually make the gnocchi and...
You want it to, it's going to be slightly tacky, but yet a firm dough. And you may need to incorporate a little bit more flour as you go on.
Kind of take it out of the bowl and transfer it over to the board?
Take it right on the board. Well, now that we've let this dough rested for about 15 minutes or so, I think we're ready to start working with it.
Sounds great.
We're going to take little strips of it.
All right, we're going to roll it.
We're going to roll it out, lightly floured. You want it, don't overdo it with the flour because it'll slide around, and we don't want it to. We want it just so it's not going to stick to the board, but that we can work it. And then we're going to just take our knife and real simply start at the end. You're going to cut it. Again, about half. You're looking for about 1/2 inch in width and 1/2 inch in width pieces. So we're going to just keep cutting them down.
And if they're off a little bit, it's not going to make a difference
not
whatsoever.
1 bit. It's all going to taste the same in the end. All right. Well, it looks like we're just about ready to cook them. Again, this is just enough for one order. This is what I'm having for lunch today. So
that looks good.
We're going to cook those. They're going to be about 3 to 5 minutes. So we're going to take about 2 tablespoons of butter here.
And of course, the trick here is to use real pure butter. Don't use margarine. Don't use fake stuff.
No liquid stuff. No nothing.
Real butter.
Real butter.
It's actually much better for you.
Contrary to popular belief,
it's much better for you, and it tastes 10 times better.
There, you can see here the butter's starting to crackle.
That looks perfect.
Once you get to that point, you gotta be careful on the open flame. I'm sure many of you also have electric stoves too, which are just fine.
So right from the pot, hot, right into the pan with the melted butter.
This is what it's all about right here. Make sure you let the water, because if the water cracks in the butter, it might get up on your wrist a little bit. We're going to take our nuts. We want to get them in also with the butter so that they slightly toast.
And that's just a rough chopped walnut.
Chopped
You can
walnuts,
use almonds. You can use just about any kind of nut you like.
Use almonds. You can walnut. Yeah, anything.
Pistachio, anything.
Pistachios, absolutely.
Whatever you like.
I got about 12 little sage leaves here.
I noticed you left them whole. Is that by design, Jeff?
I just like the way they look. They just have that real nice
rustic look to it. Yeah, I really like that. That looks great.
And I'm going to hit it with about a tablespoon, 2 tablespoons of maple syrup.
And I got to believe that's New York's own finest
Fine,
maple
pure
syrup.
maple syrup,
The best.
absolutely.
What a difference that makes, don't it?
That's the flavor in it.
Oh,
now
man.
you can smell it.
Oh, unbelievable. Wow. Okay, enough of the cooking. Let's get into the good part, the eating and the final.
We're ready.
I'm ready.
The dish is
That
ready
looks
here.
Unbelievable.
I got a couple options that we're going to go with on the plate here.
Wow, look at that.
I got some craisins here. I love craisins. A little different than raisins, sweeter, just a little bit nicer. And here, this is my trick. I got fresh biscotti, fresh out of our bakery this morning. And I'm just going to take my microplane here. We're just going to do a nice little shaving of it on top.
Salute.
Cheers.
Oh my God. That is good. That is good. Banchetti, Rizzo's, Chef Jeff Levea. Make sure you stop by. Come dine with me. I'm Chef Art.
Tonight's program is sponsored in part by Salvatore's Grand Hotel. Be my guest, let us do the rest.
Hi, DJ Jixter here from 97 Rock. Join me and my queen for Ham-A-Lot, a 12-hour food drive to collect hams for the needy at Russell's Steaks, Chops, and more.
Bring a ham and donate it to the Food Bank of Western New York on April 21st and enter to win a deluxe weekend for two at Salvatore's Grand Hotel, where you're always treated like royalty.
And for every ham you bring, I'm going to match it with no limit.
Help the Food Bank of Western New York collect hams for Ham-A-Lot Thursday, April 21st from 8 to 8. For details, go to 97rock.com.
Since 1931, the Old Orchard Inn has been a favorite for those desiring fine dining in a relaxed and charming ambiance. The inn is also a memorable setting for banquets and other special occasions. Garden weddings by the gazebo offer a scenic alternative that your guests will appreciate. A selection of comfortable rooms assure privacy for parties and family get-togethers. To learn more about our banquet options or for lunch and dinner reservations, call us today at 652-4664.
You know you need a professional video for your company or website, but you're wondering, where do I begin? Well, check out Key Video, Buffalo's premier television, DVD, and web video production house. We work with big businesses and other companies that think big. Corporate image, sales, training, you name it. Scripting, shooting, editing. We call it concept to completion, and we're ready to go to work for you, for your business, for all life's events. Call Key Video at 884-5391. That's 884-5391.
Hungry for something better than the usual chain restaurants? Look no further than the Grapevine, where you'll get better service, better food, and a better experience. From New York strip steak and chicken parmesan to our barbecue blue cheese burger and buffalo chicken wrap. It's new American casual at good old-fashioned prices. And with our breathtaking saltwater aquariums, our atmosphere is better too. So grab your favorite people and get to the Grapevine, where better is what we do best.
Welcome back to Come Dine With Me, Western New York. Sponsored by Buffalo Hotel Supply and Key Video Productions. Remember, if you want the recipes of the dishes you saw on tonight's program,
or if you want to learn more about the restaurants that are featured on our show, you can watch the videos on our Facebook page. And you can become just as good as the chefs on our show. We hope that all of our viewers will also become a fan today.
well, thank heaven for Facebook. They're going to make us famous, Jan. Coming up after this, get ready for another home invasion. But first, Chef Marco is with Vinny DeMarco on a tour of premium coffee roasters.
One of life's simplest pleasures that we often take for granted is that simple cup of coffee. I'm in the warehouse of premium coffee roasters. They're roasting and grinding coffee right now. The smell is absolutely amazing. I'm with Vinny DeMarco of Premium Coffee Roasters. Vin, what does it take to put these beans into this cup of coffee and make it the perfect cup every time?
Well, Marco, it all starts with the selection process. Each of our beans are hand-picked at the highest grade, best altitudes before they come into our warehouse.
Now they all come in green and you roast them here?
Yes, we do. We have a professional roaster, Roger. He's been doing it for years. He's got his own special blends. He's the best.
Now, I was watching Roger back there. Let me tell you something. He's a mad scientist. The guy knows his stuff. So now, not only do you roast, are you a small batch roaster or a large batch?
We're more of a commercial-sized roaster, Marco. We do roughly 4,000 pounds a day.
Wow, that's a lot. Not only do you roast coffee, but you also have a service department that's second to none in Western New York. I know firsthand.
Yes, we do, Marco. We have a 24-hour service department. We have 24-hour techs who can fix any piece of equipment. If they can't fix it on spot, they'll bring it back to their shop and they'll have it back to you that same day.
That's awesome. Now, you don't have to be in the food service business to deal with premium coffee. Anybody can come here and buy whatever they need. You have a cash and carry out front?
Yes, we do have a cash and carry. Not only do we service restaurants, we service C-stores, offices, and the public. If you want something at your home, you can get it right at our retail shop.
So you have the coffee, the teas, the chocolate. They even got those little special K-cups that go in the brewers. Gift baskets. Where are you located?
We're located at 2510 Route 5 in Lackawanna, just south of Ridge Road.
Do you have a website?
We do. It's premiumcoffeeroasters.com.
That's awesome. I'm with the guys at Premium Coffee. Let me tell you something. These guys put the yum in premium.
Having 4 children in general can be just about juggling and organizing. Like, this is their day off, and my older son has a hockey tournament. He has an 11:40 game. If they win this game, they're going to be playing at 5. You can imagine that just cuts up the day completely. I'm looking forward to the chefs coming today. It'll be a lot of fun. Since I'm always the one behind the stove or getting dirty, it'll be a nice treat to actually have someone take care of me for a couple of minutes, and I can sort of relax. Hi.
Hello, hello.
How are you?
Good to see you.
Hello, hello, welcome. Come on in. Good to see you. Oh, I can't wait to eat.
We can't
wait to cook.
Excellent.
Did you want us to organize everything and watch the kids while you go do hockey, and we can have it ready for you when you come back?
Sure. Maybe I should go for a spa day instead.
Ah!
Oh, okay. All right, then I guess I'll go to hockey instead.
This one I kind of orchestrated a little bit more because I had a little bit of more experience with the south of the border, but everybody had their little pieces to put in. You know, Art with his beautiful vegetables and taking on the carne asada.
You can do it pan-fried, you can do it in the broiler in your house in your oven, or you can do it on a char grill outside in the deck if you like to.
Marco specializing with the cheese and putting together that queso fresca.
I had it pretty easy. Tucker took the lead, but I finished it off with the best ending. Homemade cheese.
And then, of course, Krista with her homemade guacamole and pico de gallo.
I use fresh guacamole, nice, soft, and ripe. Finished with a bit of sour cream, cumin, garlic, because I love garlic, and a bit of salt and pepper, lime, and lemon juice, and it rocked.
I liked working with Tucker the best.
From the time I started working with Lucas, I knew right away he wanted to wash his hands before he got going, and he was really engaged and really wanted to be a part of the cooking process. Ready to make some homemade tortillas and some homemade tostadas. What do you think? Psyched? We have 2 cups our masa flour, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1.25 cups of water, just regular cold water. We're gonna blow it in there. We wanna mix those dry ingredients up a little bit, so go ahead, my friend, mix her up. You're gonna wanna take about a golf ball size piece of masa. Okay, so pull some off. You're gonna roll that into a ball. Gonna have a little race so you can do it quicker. Oh man, you're good, you're good. Beautiful, nice. Nice, this man's got some skills. Ready to cook our tortillas. Ready to go.
Step-by-step process to making the cheese, the queso fresco, which was 3 parts whole milk, 1 part buttermilk, 1 whole lime. You bring it to 75 degrees on the stove, let it sit for 5 hours. Once it sits for 5 hours, it starts to curdle. The curdle is what you take out and you squeeze in a cheesecloth, and to show the boys how to squeeze it out and make cheese that just goes great with Tex-Mex food, it just doesn't get any better.
Today I was able to prepare a very, very Tex-Mex type traditional meal called carne asada. It's a USDA choice flank steak. We put a marinade on it. So what I did was I took extra virgin olive oil, a little bit of cumin, which adds that nice Tex-Mex type of seasoning to it. I added some sugar to cut the acidity in the vinegar and the lime juice, some chopped cilantro, some fresh chopped garlic, and marinated it for approximately 4 hours, which is, you can almost not over-marinate it. I'm gonna put this in the fridge and then I'm gonna go play me some hockey. Well, my new name is Uncle Art now here at the household. Reason being is because while Renee was out with her one son at a hockey tournament, I happen to have the distinct pleasure of going downstairs in the basement and having our own little tournament that we did. Back in the day, I was also known as Swiss Cheese Christie. In a few moments, you're going to find out why. They're peppering me here. Ooh, Stonewall. You got nothing. 2 at once. Oh. They're killing me.
Apparently the kids like shrimp a lot. And I had just gotten back from Mexico, and there's camarones and shrimp everywhere. And so I brought up the shrimp ceviche to the gang and the shrimp on a stick. It's shrimp and it's cooked right in lime juice, so you don't have to cook it or boil it. The acid and the lemon and lime juice actually cooks it. So it takes about 3 hours to make, about 5 minutes to prepare, and we'll do that up. And 3 hours from now, we'll have some great ceviche.
When we arrived and we opened the car door, I could immediately smell it smelled like steaks, and it made me think of summer. So I thought, this smells so good.
Wow!
Oh, hello.
Welcome.
We're ready for
It
you.
was great. I mean, probably the best steak I've had, and the different vegetables, and like shish kebabs, those were really good.
The homemade tortillas were fabulous, and just the colors and the shrimp skewers, it was terrific.
Today, Francisco was in a hockey tournament, and unfortunately they did lose, but he was a winner today because when he came home, we had the creme brulee all made, and he was able, with the propane torch and a bit of sugar, and he burned them. And we had so much fun because every kid likes playing with a little torch. It was a great day here, and I'm so excited. I love bringing people together, and we did that today with the Martinez family.
Even though we lost the hockey game, I still won today because of the great meal we had.
Martinez family.
Come dine with me.
We're back. Well, Jan and chefs, this has been a great show. Seeing the interaction of the Martinez family and the hospitality they showed us in their home is truly inspiring. It brings me back 70 years when my dad had a restaurant on the corner of Delavan and Harriet that was in the Old Bailey Delavan section. He had me peeling potatoes, shining shoes, cleaning spittoons, and stirring the sauce. 70 years later, I still have as much desire for the business as I have then. Martinez boys, I hope you grow up to be as in love with the hospitality business as I am. I'd like to remind you, when dining out this week, support our local restaurants. There are no better restaurants than right here in Western New York. Very reasonably priced, hospitality is great, and the food is better than any place in the country. Just a reminder that we will be back here on CW23 next week. Hope you'll join us then. For everybody here at Come Dine With Me, Western New York, I'm Russ Salvatore.
And I'm Jan Farrington. Good night, everybody.
Good night, Jan.
Key Video.